do without an air conditioning? Guys, get ready. All my people in a first world country, get all your Walmart gadgets and listen to this one. You sweat. Without an air conditioning, you know how you survive? You sweat. (1902). In the year 1902, the modern-day air conditioner was invented. As I make this video, it's 2021. So, a little over 100 years ago, humans invented one of the modern luxuries of today's time. Now, we live in a world where there's a lot of different countries with different economics. Third world countries are pretty much referenced as poor countries that don't have as good as infrastructure. Infrastructure meaning the electrical grid, running water, and sewer. That's what really gives you the core necessities for humans to have a base function and then develop beyond there. So, in America and many other first world countries, having electrical power, having running water, having a sewer system is like, oh yeah, this is how life is in a first world country. You know, and even in a first world country, like I say, America just became a first world country about 100 years ago during the Industrial Revolution. So I say all that to say, many people ask me, how do you live in your car without an air conditioning? Then many people ask me, how do you live in South Florida, one of the hottest places in the world and in the United States of America, without an air conditioner? Okay. And the thing is, guys, okay, I'm a little bit tougher minded than you pansies. That's the bottom line, okay? You people, okay, a lot of you guys and girls, you've been living in a first world country. We got a lot, even poor people in a first world country. Like, if there ain't no air conditioner, like, oh my God, the world's ended. Guys, the world has not ended. The world, okay, without an air conditioning is pretty much like the vast majority of human history, okay? Because even today in 2021, in most third world countries, they don't have the luxury of an air conditioner, okay? And that's why they married Donald Trump to come to America, because they want an air conditioner. And some of you guys, you married a foreigner too, because the currency exchange rate was greater. They wanted to get to America to have running water, air conditioning. So they say, I'm going to marry this ugly guy or ugly girl, because I've seen it both ways. And I'm going to come to America and I'm going to have air conditioning. And now that's what you have. But now you're married to someone you don't really love, but at least now you can shop at Walmart and run your air conditioner. So in life, we make trade-offs, okay? You do what you got to do to get where you want to get. So if you wanted to get to a first world country, you may marry someone you don't love, you're not attracted to, but it's a ticket to the promised land. And when you're already in a first world country, you may live like you're in a third world country and sacrifice either because you have certain goals financially or because you just don't want to be connected to the grids. You don't want to be connected to others. You want to live life a little bit more on your terms. And you're willing to live like most of humanity before 1902. I don't know if you know, but there's a whole bunch of textbooks about human history before the year 1902. Okay? And so like I say, man, as I make this, you know, I just get out of Starbucks. Most people, they go to the cafe, even Starbucks though, guys, they got the air conditioning. I stay in there when it gets real hot, okay? I do what I gotta do work, do personal. The gym has air conditioning. You can go, you sit your fat ass in the Planet Fitness got the black card. It's like the premier card where you can go and you can sit in like one of those electrical, they got like these electrolytes machines. It's just like a machine where people go that don't want to work out, and it's got a black light, and you just sit your big ass in there and just let the black light kind of act like you're losing weight and it's regenerating your body. But pretty much you're just looking at a black light, okay? But you got air conditioning. So how do you live in your car without air conditioning? You go to the cafe, you go to the gym for the height of the day. The hottest points of the day, okay, is pretty much from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. in the very hot of the summer. Now at night, especially in South Florida, it's still hot because especially in the summer, it's still high humidity. You blow the fan, okay, but it doesn't. I got a fan and I got an inverter pack, but it's not air conditioning, okay? So how do I survive like most of humanity before 1902? Like people today, even in a third world country. So you got a couple options in life, guys. Stop asking, infant questions, okay? Life is, if you want to do something, you sacrifice, okay? Whether, you want to get to America, you marry someone you don't love, or whether you want to live in America but act like you're living in a third world country because you want to live a different life. It's like, look, the answer is simple. People are looking for this answer that is so complex, like, get 50 different lithium batteries, duct tape them to your hood, okay? Run a galvanized steel pipe 90 degree into the battery, run electrical lines, run an air conditioning that vents out the side that you can't see, then have the air diametrically blow right on your face, so you live in your car, you live dead broke, you have no money, but you have great air conditioning, you're in a first world country, and by the way, you can park anywhere, because that's the next question. Well, where can I park? Guys and girls, I think you've been living in a first world country too long because you've lost all your survival instincts, okay? You're pretty much a pansy sitting in your house, overpriced house, or subsidized apartment, or shared apartment, and you don't know what life is without basic infrastructure. You would basically crumble like a wet paper towel. You wouldn't be able to survive, okay? You're like, oh my God, what happens when you don't have air conditioning? Well, life, okay? I'll tell you right now. You see what happened? You see what happened during the coronavirus? When in the first world countries, they ran out of toilet paper? Guys, you would have thought, oh my God, people were hoarding toilet paper. What would you have done? Well, you would have had to actually think and be creative. Well, let me see. Can I use a paper towel? Can I use a sock? Can I use a ripped shirt? Yeah, you can actually use something else if you really had to, okay? To get you through. That's survival, okay? But see, some people, guys, in a first world country, if it ain't at Walmart, if it ain't in their house, and if there ain't a way to get from point A to point B without being in extreme comfort, they can't figure it out. First world people became very soft. It's true. Guys, if America and all these other first world countries, if they peaked out, it's only because, guys, the mind has become mush. And they don't realize how, life is. I don't understand. Guys, and I brought most of my life, there was a couple summers I didn't have air conditioning, or I didn't have heat, but only because it broke and we had to improvise, put a couple fans. But I was always I would say in the middle class. I've never destitute. Okay, now I spent summers with friends that were destitute, no AC. Okay, so I've lived in, or I've stayed long term in areas that were bad and areas that were rich. And what I've learned is across the board, for the most part, humans are lazy. And if they get too much for too long, they don't know how to survive without. Now, they'll figure it out eventually, or they'll just piss and moan and cry the blues. You got to remember, people like to complain no matter what. No matter what. First world country, third world country. So, but, like I say, man, I'm not saying I'm living a great life. As far as I recommend do I recommend everyone living in their car with no air conditioner? No. Eventually, I may stop. I've been looking at stopping. Okay, I achieved certain goals. Certain goals I didn't. I would have liked to retire early and save some money and save more money as far as invested it and made more money. But you only can do what you can do. And so look, the bottom line is the way you live with no air conditioning is like most of humanity before 100 years ago, when America and just about every other country was somewhat considered a third world country. And, I think if you ask plenty of people that came from a third world country to a first world country, they pretty much testify that, having all these luxuries makes life a lot more convenient and easy. And it's certainly true. I'm sure they don't want to go back to those third world countries because they realize, why would I want to go backwards? So again, then you bring up the point, well, if I'm in a first world country, why would I want to live like a third world country? Well, because you have the first world country infrastructure to subsidize you. Again, you go to Starbucks, with running air conditioning that you're not paying the bill during the day. You go to your gym that's got air conditioning during the day. At night, you're either going to go to a campground and run an electrical cord to the power socket and put up some type of temporary air conditioning, or you're just going to sweat. What did people do without an air conditioning? Guys, get ready. All my people in the first world country, get all your Walmart gadgets and listen to this one. You sweat. Without an air conditioning, you know how you survive? You sweat. God forbid you actually sweat. If one more person asks me, how do you live without an air conditioning? I'm going to copy and paste this link. Because I'm just going to say, you know what? I made a video about it. Let me get compensated for it. But I know they'll never watch it to the very end, 10 minutes and 32 seconds into the video. They'll never hear this part because they listened to the first 2 seconds and they clicked off. They got the patience of a goldfish. And they got the mindset of someone living in a first world country. And as soon as they're tested that they have to adapt, survive, be creative, they fold like a wet paper towel. And God forbid if Walmart doesn't have paper towels, there's going to be hell to pay. Guys, click that thumbs up. Click that blue join button. If this isn't life-changing content, I don't know what is. But in a first world country, and in most places, humans don't look for life-changing content. They look for the banana in the tailpipe. Basically meaning they want the show. The person who invented the circus says, people asked him, how are you going to get people to pay to watch an elephant ride a tricycle? And you know what the person who invented the circus said? He invented it in the first world country, America. He said, there's a sucker born every day. People rather believe in an elephant wanting to ride a tricycle around a circle than someone being able to live in their car with no air conditioning. It's true. And that's all I can tell you guys. I did the best I could. God bless you.